So what I want to talk about today is, should men pay for dates? Should men be the ones who always pay? Like hands down, should a man just be the one to pay when he takes a woman out? Rather, we're not going to talk about like if it's like his wife. I mean that's like so we're not going to talk about if it's the wife or the long time girlfriend. But like dating, when you're getting to that level. So when dating, should a man be the one to always cover the tab? Like, uh, is it inappropriate to ask a woman to cover the tab or cover her own tab? Um, you know, Now here's my view on it. I personally feel like, first of all, the times that we living in, women have great jobs just like men. Women are, steady climbing the ladder, getting higher and higher positions in companies. You have a woman in Hillary who is running for president, representing the Democratic Party, and who could arguably win it. I mean, it doesn't get any higher of a position than the president of the United States. Now, anytime you have a woman who can realistically win for the first time in history, that shows you where women are in today's society. I say that not to turn this into a sexist thing or, you know, gender clash of the titans or nothing like that, but if women are now in a place where, they're achieving these great things and, doing things that they could only dream of back when, their great grandmothers were their age. I mean, you have to look at it and say, wow, like, the average, you have more women in college than men. You're having more independent women now than men, especially in African American culture. Um, you have more women who are independent, meaning have their own place. More women are having cars, vehicles, driver's license. Um, More women are going to college. More women are completing college. Um, Women are getting like like you're starting to really get like the better jobs. I mean, I know it's still like like the big CEO stuff, the careers and all that. Like men are still dominating in that sense, but I mean, other than that, like corporate America is man dominated. We know that. Outside of corporate America, it's like to me the ladies are winning, especially in African American culture. You know, Hands down. Like I went to college. I see it from my own eyes. Like uh, it was like 3 women to every man. It was like 3 times the amount of women as men. It's like 3 times the amount of women as men. Yeah. Yep. Women are doing their thing, and you can only be happy for that. But because of that, I feel like the tables have turned, and it's now more of an even playing field. So why is it that a man should be expected to always pay when women are having just as like nowadays? It's not even like back in the day, years ago, decades ago. Uh, it's awkward, like wow, your woman makes more than you, really? Like wow, that's kind of crazy. It's like embarrassing. It's like degrading. Now this is typical. Like oh, yeah, who makes more? Oh, my wife. Oh, okay, my girlfriend. Cool. Or my little friend or whatever, the person I'm talking to. Oh, all right, yeah, she bringing in 30K. I'm bringing in 20. Hey, happens all the time. It's more like, hey, I feel your pain, man. My wife make more than me too. Like, that's a typical conversation now. Whereas back in the day, it would be like, Wow, really? Your girlfriend or your lady makes more than you? Really? Wow. I've been taking care of my wife for the past 10 years. She a stay at home mom, you know. You don't get a lot of that anymore. There's still a lot of stay at home moms, but it's the game has changed. The game has changed because a lot of stay at home moms are single. You know, like you don't see that a lot with like the married, like they're married or together, and the wife stays at home. Now the wife works too, or the girlfriend works too, the baby mother works too. Like women are getting money. You know, they're eating, they're getting good jobs. You know, they're bosses, they're managers, they're supervisors. Why is it that a man should have to pay? Why? Because he has a penis? Like because he has a penis. You know, he should pay just because. You know, so it's like what is being taught to these women to make them feel like a man should have to always pay, like a man should have to empty out his pockets. Like, you know, men have kids and responsibilities too. What if he has? All right, she has her own place, she got things going on. He does too. It's the gentleman thing to do. Nah, I disagree with that. I think it's a nice thing to do, a sincere thing to do. Like, all right, I'm gonna pay, but why can't it be? I'll pay this time, you pay next time. Like, why should it have to be like, you know, the man has to take the woman? That's just the way it should be. And people are teaching their daughters like a man's supposed to take you out, a man's supposed to spend money on you, and they think that that is teaching them the proper way. Like, yeah, they think that's like a good idea. Like, it's going to make them a better woman to know that a man's supposed to spend money on you, to spoil you, wine and dine you, and that is the way a woman is supposed to be treated. I think that it makes a woman become dependent on, like, you know, uh, hey, I'm a woman and a man's supposed to do this for me. This is how it's supposed to be. And if not, then he not worth my time. You know? Just think about how many opportunities a woman might pass by if a man isn't financially where he wants to be just yet. And he can't just take her out every time. And she's like turned off, like, oh, yeah, well, he got to get, he ain't, he can't take me out. So, you know, like I've had plenty of conversations with women, and some conversations will go like this. What am I supposed to do? Just, what are you going to do? Sit in the house? I can do that myself. Fellas, listen. If a woman ever says to you, I don't care if y'all only been talking for like 2 weeks. If a woman ever says to you, what we gonna do? Sit home? I can do that myself. You know, trust me, she has an agenda. She has an agenda. No real woman who really has your best interest, likes you for you, and accepts you for you, is going to care about your financial ability to be able to, you know, show her a nice time and take her out and spend money on her. She's using you, man. She is using you. She's using you. And this needs to be understood and processed, you know. And it's I see it a lot. And it's sad. It's sad. It's sad to see, like, you know, when it's happening and a guy doesn't, like, you know, see it and he just continues to milk himself dry. Meanwhile, you know, he's making $10.50 an hour, taking her out on dates every chance he gets. You know, she's making 13 an hour, and she never has to pay for anything. They both got the same bills, but she never has to pay for anything. She has a better car, a better job, brings in more money, and he still pays. No, the answer is no. Like, a man should not have to. Now, if he wants to, you can't knock that. Like, hey, yeah, that's cool. Like, that's what he wants to do. But the feeling the pressure of this is how in order for me to keep her, I have to do this. That's crazy. That's crazy. And if you feel like you feel the pressure because of your woman, like she look at you with that smirk, like, really, you want me to pay? Like, hey, I was wondering, I wanted to go out this weekend, this Saturday, but I was wondering if you could pay this time because I paid the last 5 times, man. My pot is a little tight, babe. I don't know, man. You trying to, I mean, I want to go see this new movie or I want to go eat at this spot too, but you trying to cover this time and maybe I cover the time after that, and she's looking at you like, me cover? Like, huh? Really? You want me to cover? I'm a woman. Like, yeah, well, you a woman that needs to pay to kick that money out. Like, you're a woman that needs to step up and be a grown woman and understand that it's a two-way street. And I understand this is not the caveman era and that women have jobs and their own resources and their ability to be able to step up to the plate as well. Men have kids just like women. You have the same bills. There's no difference. And I think this can like help change the game because right now it's a lot of pressure on men to, have to be able to. The pressure's always on the man to make the first contact, to impress her, to make her even want to give the number so you can continue to talk. Pressure's already on you. Then on top of that, you got to pay for all the dates and stuff too. Now you wealthy and it's nothing to you. It's like chump change. Oh, power to you. But how many of us in that boat? Like not that many. Not that many. So we're talking about the lower towards the mid class Americans. Women, ladies, you should pay. You should pay too. You should be willing. It should excite you to say, this guy took me out 3 straight times. Let me take him out. And I know a lot of y'all do it, and shout out, props to the ones that do. I don't care what race you are. You deserve credit. But the ladies who feel like a guy has to be offering something financially and they have to be benefiting and profiting financially in order to give you a man of time today. I mean, you basically out for an agenda. The relationship isn't going to last. It's eventually going to come to a crashing halt. And living like that is karma isn't going to really play on your side. Because using people is like, it's not cool. It's not cool, and it's kind of a form of manipulation because you're selling a fantasy of like, I'm going to be everything you need me to be as long as you can do this for me. It's like a bribery. It's like bribery, It's not cool, man. No. The answer is no. A man should not have to pay. This is not opinion, this is fact. It should be a two-way street. I'm not saying a woman should have to pay neither. It should be a two-way street. It should go back and forth unless the one party says, I want to do this. And you're like, well, you paid last time. Let me pay this time. And they're like, no, I got this. Oh, okay, cool. At least you offered. It's the offer that really counts. And I don't mean the offer that makes them feel bad. Like, oh, well, I had to get my daughter some shoes. You took me out 5 straight times, but I always had stuff going on. I need to get my daughter some shoes, but since you put it like that, let me go ahead and take you out and I got my daughter away for her shoes. No, I don't mean that. I mean, I would love to pay. Like, don't even ask me. Like, I'm going to pay. Like, you should. The other person shouldn't even have to ask. Or also, what's wrong with let's go half? What's wrong with that? Like, why is that not? Like, I had this conversation with so many people. Why is that like so shameful? Half? What? Like, when I meet a new woman, we had this conversation. And they're like, some of them would be like, I wish a guy would ask me to pay on the first couple of dates. Like, I'm not paying. A lot of them would say they would eventually pay, like when they're like together. Some say I'm not going to pay at all. It's a man's job, period, point blank. And my job is to, other than maybe some bills I pay, I just spend my money on, I wine and dine myself. Like, I'm meant to be spoiled. I'm a queen. Like, you know what I mean? And what do you even say to that? That's such like a low level of thinking. That's so, it's ignorance at its finest. And like, I don't even know if I can stoop even to the level to even make a good validation on my argument with that. Like, that's just ridiculous. That's like something you expect a high school girl to say. It's a grown woman, 21 or over, saying that we used to have this thing back in the day called a dummy smack. Now I'm not promoting domestic violence. When I say dummy smack, it's like a little like, It's like a light, like little smack on the back of the head, and I mean that figuratively speaking, not like literally. Like, don't put your hands on a woman, please don't. It's not going to be go well for you. Don't do that. Don't be smack her like literally, but figuratively, like you just tell her like you deserve a dummy smack. Just kill her figuratively. You know, you deserve a dummy smack for playing me, for thinking I'm going to be your fool. You know. Once again, the answer is no. It should be a two-way street, and that's my opinion. So, what's you guys' opinion? What do you think? Let me know in the comments below, man. One more thing. Make sure you catch It's Real Talk Radio on the Blog Talk Radio network. Go to blogtalkradio.com/Tay Real. You can find all of our shows, myself and my partner Nizzy Nay. We chop it up and talk about all types of topics, all types of things you can debate. You get the man's perspective and you get the woman's perspective. We've had tons of guests. We've had tons of topics. We've done everything from every type of debate you could ever think of. Different controversial discussions based on dating, even some sports. We've done just about anything you could think of. We even do hip hop. We've had rap battles on the show. We do it all. We do it all. So catch It's Real Talk Radio on the Blog Talk Network at blogtalkradio.com/Tay Real. And, we typically air on Wednesday nights. Now we're airing at 10 o'clock on Wednesday nights. A lot of little stuff going on right now behind the scenes that's making it be a little inconsistent with the time and days that we air. But typically we air on Wednesdays at 10 o'clock p.m. That might be changing till Tuesday at 10 p.m. So, I'll let you know for sure. I'll be doing more videos and letting you know for sure. If the day officially changes. As of now, it's Wednesdays at 10 p.m. But it does look like it'll probably be going to Tuesdays at 10 p.m. So just be sure to check in. All you got to do is go to blogtalkradio.com/Tay Real. Click the follow button. Like, follow us on there. And that way you'll get an email every time that we have a show. Because you can be a part of the live show. Like, you don't have to wait till it's a podcast and you can listen to it once it's already been recorded. Like, you can participate in the live show. You can listen when it's happening in real time. And that's the beauty of what we do. Like, people get to be a part. They get to participate. You can even press 1 if you have a question or you want to comment. And not all shows we take callers, but some shows we do take callers. And if it's a show where we take callers, we'll bring you on. You can be a part of the discussion. We have discussions like this all the time. This is definitely one of those type discussions we have on the show. Yeah, man. So be sure to check out It's Real Talk Radio on the Blog Talk Network, blogtalkradio.com/Tay Real. Tay is Tay, not Tae. And if you can't spell real, then we have nothing to even discuss because you need to go back to grade school. And yeah, that's what it is, man. So it's your boy Tay Real, man. It's Real Talk Radio. Out of here. Till next time, it's been real.